Hello again, peeps. Deadbug Davey is back in a gorgeous place, enjoying the gorgeous weather in England we're having at the moment, and a gorgeous view, and a gorgeous bike. This is the new Husqvarna 701 vitpilen. I've ridden it about 10 miles. I was hoping to stop at another place, but I randomly found this place, and I think this is probably even better. So, first impressions of the bike. Obviously this has the 701 engine, it's not the same, but it's the same sort of engine I've got in my Husqvarna SM, 701 SM, but mine's an older one, so this is smoother. Still got plenty of get up and go on it. It's actually a really nice engine. It's really playful, really like a cheerful little engine. Still got plenty of get up and go. Just checking I'm still recording. I am. Just outside the shop, just outside DWR, I pulled up at some traffic lights, and some guy in a Mitsubishi Evo something, all kitted out, tried to race me away from the lights, and just wanted to say I beat him. So yeah, it's got plenty of get up and go. But just look at it. It's a gorgeous bike. It's still very small. It's not much bigger than the 401. It's a little bit bigger, but it's not much bigger. I do prefer the wheels of the 401. I prefer the spokes, just because I think they're cool. I just really like them. The exhaust on this is okay. I really like the look of it, and I'm sure if you got rid of the cat, it would sound nice. I think it suits, like the slash cut at the end of the exhaust kind of suits the back end of the bike. It kind of stops it there. I really like that. And the subframe bit, all of this is all metal, and I really like that too. I just love it. It just looks, step back, make sure I don't get run over. You know, it's kind of like stepping back in time into a place like this with a bike that looks like that. I love it. I absolutely love the bike. One thing I do like about these wheels, I don't know if you're going to see it, but on one of the spokes there's like a little machined Husqvarna sign there, and I think that's a cool little touch. Didn't notice that. I was at the shop when these were delivered, and I didn't notice it until someone actually pointed it out, and I think they didn't know until, you know, they were just looking around the bike. Brakes are good. I think it's got Brembos front and back. Yep, so it's got Brembos down there, single piston by the looks of it. I love the front caliper. That's a beautiful caliper. It's very nice. WP suspension. I'm not going to say what the WP stands for, because I've heard people get in trouble on Facebook for calling it by its real name, which is actually what it's called. It's not called WP. It is actually a longer name than that. 2 words, which in today's modern world is not a good thing. Back end is lovely. Seat, I think, is like a memory foam. It's quite comfy. I wouldn't say it's comfy, but I kind of found the 401 a bit more comfy, but I'd still buy this over the 401, just because, you know, well, it's a bigger bike. But obviously you pay a premium. I think the 401 is like 5.5-ish for the vitpilen or the Svartpilen, and this one is pushing, I think it's like 8,800 or 8,900, something around there. I'm really crap at doing my my research on prices, so I'm sorry about that if that annoys you. But you know, I'm all about what the bike makes me feel. I don't really care what it costs. If you can afford it, once you actually get it and you ride it, and if you can actually make things work, it's a lot more important than how much a bike costs. It's how it makes you feel. It's still got the Husqvarna LED indicators, same light as the 401. Mirrors, I can see out of them, but I don't like them. They kind of spoil the look of the bike. Set a bar in mirrors on that, and that bike would look wicked. It would look like a real cafe racer that someone's built at home, in a good way. I hate saying that, and it sounds bad if someone's built it at home. It sounds a bit, you know, cobbled together, but you know, like it's been put together with love. That's what it looks like to me. Still not sure on these hangers, but it's kind of grown on me. you know, because I don't know if like a little license plate here would work, because it is quite low, and you know, you'd have to have it at a funny angle. So I'm not sure. And I'm sure it does its duty of, you know, I bet you don't get no fling up the back of you. So anyway, I've looked under the seat. What's your betting, people? What do you reckon? Minimal, yeah. Not sure where the toolbox is. I have a funny feeling this comes off. I don't know how to take it off, but I'm not really going to be cranking on it to pull it off. Brand new bike, so I don't know why that's come off. I don't even know how that would go on. Oh shit. Well, not really my problem, but yeah. Maybe it goes up like that. There you go. So yeah, not really anything. You might get a little couple of fags in there. You know, maybe the toolbox is up in here somewhere. That's like a charcoal canister, which it burns off the stuff when you start the bike, or something. KTM's have it too, and so do these. So I'll put that back on when I stop the video. Another bonus, it's got a fucking petrol cap, an actual petrol cap, which I like. I wish my 701 had that, my Supermoto. I really do. That's one thing I hate about the 701s, is that petrol cap. Anyway, let's sit on it. Actually, I best not put full weight on it because of the seat. Unless I put the seat on properly. Let's just fucking smack it on. I've got to put it on sooner or later. Right, so that's on. Right, and as I've said a few times in mine, I am 6 foot tall, about 16 stone, and I can easily flat foot sitting on it like this. The suspension is nice and it's plush. It's not like wobbly, but of course you've got all the adjustments anyway. So I'm just going to move my visor up. Switch gear is kind of scarce, but it's kind of got everything that you need. It all falls to hand very nicely. Dash. This is the one thing that I haven't really shown on the others. I'm not even sure if you can even see it, but you know, it tells you all the side stands down. I'll put that up because I don't know if that changes. So you've got all your fuel range. You've got your mode button here, and then that does trip A, like trip 1, trip 2, and then back to fuel range. Don't know what that does. That one, I think you have to press and hold, so that might be the reset. See, you press it, it says keep pressed. So I'm not sure what that is. Set, and that's like a service. So there's not much in there, it's kind of bare bones. I'll start it up for you. So you have your heat down there, petrol there, fuel range does come up, it was like, I don't know, 50 or 60 now, and then there's the revs at the top. So I'll put this down, have a walk over the other side, so you can see it. Have a look at the back end, so you can see the light. That's a wicked looking back light, like running light, love it, really like it. Brake lights are these ones at the top. Don't know if you can see that. There you go. Headlight. It's cool. I kind of like it. Kind of looks like a heart to me from here. Kind of got like a heart shape, like an owl. That's what it looks like to me. Just a weird thing to think about it as, but there you go. I'm putting my visor down. It's got sunny again. But yeah, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's got a nice sound to it. But it obviously needs something to unleash it. And another thing, these come standard as they are with a quick shifter and an auto blipper. So the quick shifter runs like really nice. You can hear like a little pop when you actually do it with this cam. So I reckon it will sound really nice if you actually get it decatted. One thing at the moment I'm not liking, which is nothing to do with the bike, is just this gear thing is up too high. I'd like it a little bit lower. For me, I pretty much have to take my foot off the foot peg to go down a gear. So to me, it would need to come down a bit more. But that's nothing really. So yeah, I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna get back down the road and I'll start recording when I'm riding, because I am sweating my nuts off here. So I'll see you in a sec. I'm back again. I'm not going to do the normal what is it, the 30 mile an hour in fifth. I'm not going to do that because these engines just don't do it. My 701 SM didn't do it either. It's too chuggy. Like, this big single cylinder's not made to be struggling like that. So this is more, if you're doing 30 mile an hour, have it in third. It's not going to work in fifth. So I'm not even going to try to do that. Oh, that feels nice to get moving now. This countryside. I don't even know these roads. I stumbled down these roads like last night when I was just riding around because it was too hot to sit at home. So I don't know these places. Lovely views though around here. Stunning views. Road surface is horrible though. But the suspension on this, the WP suspension, it's actually, it copes with it alright. It's not too bad. I'm not getting bucked all over the place, but you know, a bike like this isn't really made to be bounced around. It is pretty stiff, the suspension. Yeah. But so far, as the little distance I've ridden it, I really do like it. And I know I'm getting a bit, oh, I like this bike, I like that bike, but I think the problem is actually I do actually like every bike. There's not actually a bike I've ever ridden that I don't like. So that could be an issue in the long term. I wish this guy would actually do the fucking speed limit. There are certain types of bikes I don't like. So we'll see when I have to actually ride them if I can actually be persuaded at all. But this, a while ago I actually said my next bike would probably be a cafe racer type thing. And I don't know if I would buy another one because I've already got 4 bikes. See, like, I'm doing 30 and 4th. It's all right, but you could kind of hear it, like, not liking it too much. You go down a gear and it's fine. So 3rd in 30 definitely. 3rd at 30. Yeah, so I probably wouldn't get another one, but out of them all, this is definitely the funkiest looking retro. I would choose out of 2. I would probably choose out of the Kawasaki 900 RS, which I haven't ridden, but it's a nice bike, and this. But of course, every other retro is pretty much like an inline 4, apart from the Yamaha's XR. What is it called? I can't remember what it's called now. I don't know if it's an XR or an XCR, which is a triple. Apart from that, they're all inline 4s, whereas this is probably the only single. And I think it adds character. You can't really get much more characterful in an engine than a single, apart, you know, like V4's got a nice character, triples got a lovely character, but singles, I don't know, I've never been a single fan because they're just not fast enough. I'm going to get past these lot. They're just not fast enough for me. But actually having them and experiencing them, I do like them. Oh, this place is so beautiful around here. I don't know if you can hear like the little dunk as I use the quick shifter. It lets out like a nice little burp. It's not a backfire. It will backfire if you had the cat out, but at the moment it's just not. Yeah, so that's the one thing I am not liking, is just the adjustment of the gear. You know, I have to pretty much lift my foot up off the lever, off the foot peg to reach the lever. That's the only gripe. And I had the same issue on a KTM I rode the other day, and it was exactly the same. The foot peg is just so high up. No, not the foot peg, the gear shift. It's just so high up. Oh, come on then, Jesus! Now, is it me, or do people go even slower in the sun? You know, put their music on, they take the roof down if they can, and then they just go slow. Right, third, accelerating now. Plenty of go in these engines, and it is very smooth. It's a lot smoother than my 16701. The engine is definitely not as vibey. I think I might have come the wrong way. Not as in the wrong way because I don't know where I'm going, but the wrong way because of all the traffic. It should be alright. Yeah, I really like it. I am really liking it. The only things I'm not sure on is still the dash. It's a bit like, my eyes aren't great, they're not the greatest. And it's I can read it, but it's kind of angled a bit down too much, and you get too much of a reflection because it's kind of too flat. If it was tilted up a bit better, I don't know if there is an adjustment there, but I don't know. At the moment, it's a bit too down. Pardon me. Apart from that, it's nice. Throttle was nice. Feels very, you know, it's pretty instant. I'm guessing it is cable because there is no engine modes on these, so I don't know. I think it would be cable. Brakes definitely good. Look, they can definitely pull you up very quick. That was just a little dab on the throttle, on the brake, not the throttle. Yeah, so the brakes are good. Engine is characterful and fun. Plenty of torque. Sound nice with a once the cat's gone and you got an actual bit of noise from it. There we go. Let's see, it's just cyclist. That's all it is. Why are they riding two abreast? You know what I mean? If motorcyclists ain't allowed to ride two abreast, why the fuck are they? You know what I mean? Fucking ridiculous. Absolute arseholes. Anyway, back to the bike. Let's forget the push bike cyclists. I do really like it, but unfortunately something like this, I'm experiencing my carpal tunnel twinge at the moment. I don't know what it is. At certain bikes, at certain times, after a certain amount of mileage, actually it's not even a certain amount of mileage, it can happen within 100 metres of me leaving home, so it's not actually a certain mileage, it's just certain positions. And this does actually have that sort of position where it is on my arms. And I'm just not sure. Ooh. Yeah. I don't even know if there's any good roads up this way I'm going, I can't remember. What's that saying? Saying 80 miles now. Mileage has gone up. So there you are, matey. A bike like this though, it is one of those, you do buy it because, you know, it's fast enough. It's a Husqvarna, or Husqvarna, and that obviously has, you know, it's an importance to bikers, and it has history. But you also buy it, it's kind of like a fashion statement too. It is that sort of a bike. But I don't mean that in a bad way. You buy it because it looks wicked. So it's definitely got enough power to get a move on. Handles really nicely, really nicely. I've not ridden it far at all, and already it's very confidence inspiring, very confidence inspiring. Very confidence-inspiring little bike. It has that chirpiness to it. It's a real chirpy, happy bike, and I really like it. I really do. I think Husqvarna kind of hit the nail on the head here. Like, now that KTM have, I'm not sure if they have, but it seems like they've stopped using this single cylinder and they've kind of gone to the parallel twin. And Husqvarna have obviously carried on using it. And they've kind of refined it a bit more to make it less vibey. It's like my mirrors aren't vibrating at all, and that's kind of unusual for a single cylinder. I think at the low RPMs they rattle, but as you go higher up in the rev range, they don't rattle. So I think that's kind of where the balance is, because I think it's got a balancer, I don't know where, but on the crankshaft, like down low, and then I think there's something like a balancer up high too. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure exactly what's going on there. Anyway, I'm going to stop for now because I'm behind this van, and I'll carry on with this. I've decided to turn around and head back. There's so much traffic going that way, and I'm heading the wrong way if I'm doing that anyway, so I decided to come back and go down some nice roads on the way back to DWR. I really like this bike. The only thing, as I say, downside is obviously the issue with it being on my arm. People sitting on my arse again, so there's a little lump here, like a little jump. Woo! Yeah, I really like it. It's one of those sort of bikes that you could definitely live with on a day-to-day basis. I don't know if you'd want a winter commute on the bloody thing, but you know, because obviously it's completely naked. Wind will be a factor, of course. But you don't buy a bike like this worrying about wind, do you? So yeah, the person behind me in there no more. So yeah, got plenty to go. I like it a lot. Things I have noticed, the quick shifter and the blipper work well, but they're not as smooth as the other ones, like say Kawasaki's or Yamaha's. They're not as smooth, and I don't know if that's necessarily the fact that they're just not as smooth. It's just a different type of engine, you know. An inline-4 with a quick shifter, I would guess, would be a lot smoother quick shifter wise than a big single, but I don't know. I'm not an expert on the bloody thing, so But that's what in my mind, I think. So here we go, car sitting up my arse again now. Why do they do that? I'm doing 30 and a 30, you know what I mean? Fucking idiots. Absolute wankers, man. Amount of flies around though. Yeah. I still have to take my foot off the foot peg, which is actually really annoying. To use the blipper. Yeah, I really like it. It is an expensive bike, you know. Nearly 9 grand is a lot of money for what this bike is, you know. It's very plain, you know, there's no cruise control or anything like that. You know, it has ABS, it has anti-wheelie, it's got traction control. So you're kind of buying into the culture of a bike like this with a manufacturer like Husqvarna, and yeah, let me get past this car. I really like it. I really like it. I like it a lot. I would say if you're in the market for a bike like this, there isn't much size-wise difference between this and the 401. The 701 and the 401, they're both pretty similar sizes. So if the 401's too small, this is it seems a bit bigger, but I wouldn't say it's much bigger, but it seems a little bit bigger. You know, if the 401's too small, this might be too small. But as I said, I'm 6 foot tall, 16 stone, and I'm okay. The only thing that makes it slightly uncomfortable for me is my carpal tunnel. And it does feel a bit weird looking down at such a tiny little tank, because it is quite a small bike, but I like it a lot. It's good fun. It is good fun. As I said, you're kind of, when you're actually gonna, if you buy into this, or even the 401, you know, it's 5.5 grand, so it's not cheap. But you are buying into the make, the character of the bike, the name. You know what I mean? There's another Husky. Hopefully I'll be riding one of those in a minute. There's plenty of get up and go. Wicked little bike. Wicked little bike. The thing is, I'm not sure what this thing's competition is. Because obviously it's kind of in a class of its own with the single cylinder, and you know, it's not the same as like the Kawasaki's and the Yamahas. It's just not the same bikes. They're not in the same genre, so I don't think it's fair to like class it with them, because obviously it is underpowered compared to like a 900cc triple or a 900 odd cc inline 4. It's going to be underpowered. It's just not the same thing. It's I don't know. I have to be careful on this hill bit. I think the last time I was here there was just shit all over the road, and there it is again. You have to be careful. Yeah, so as I'm now heading back to DWR in Aylesbury, just want to give a shout out to them. If you want to test ride this or the 401 vitpilen or Svartpilen, pop over to them. They're right by the Tesco's and the drive-through McDonald's. They also have a 701 Supermoto there. I don't think they have an Enduro. So yeah, you won't be able to ride the Enduro version if that's what you want to do. But if you want to, pop over there, speak to Dave or Joe or the other Dave. There's tons of Daves over there, everyone seems to be called Dave. And just have a word with them, see what they can do. And they'll, you know, just bring your license. Nice family run business. I'm just going to park up here so you can have one more walk around the bike. Just go careful because it's a bit shit ground that. Yeah, so pop over there, speak to Dave or Junior, Dave Junior, Dave Senior, Joe or Mark or Mike, any of them. You know, they'll sort you something out. But I think if you ever ride on one of these, just check that I'm still recording, I think you will actually really like it. I like it a lot. It's a cracking little bike. I think it's a lot of money, but you're not just buying a bike, you know, you're like, nothing else looks like that, does it? Like on the market, apart from like the 401s, nothing else looks like that. It looks like a concept bike, and I think that's kind of what your Husqvarna have done. They made the concept bike and they tried to keep this as close to that as they could. It's just gorgeous bike. Let me step back here so you can actually make sure I don't get bloody run over. Like, look at it. Look at it. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous bike. I really like it. It's one of those bikes that I just, yeah, I could sit out and stare. One of those ones, if you owned it, you'd probably clean it more than you'd actually ride it, just because of the way it actually looks. I'm probably not going to get back over the fucking road. Yeah, so I think that'll be me done. I'm going to pop this back to DWR, which is just 5 miles down the road down there, and then maybe go out on the Supermoto. Yeah, really like it. Really like this little bike. Wicked little, fun little machine. It's a good little bike. I like it. So, as I said, if you fancy want to ride one of these, want to ride the 401, want to ride the 701 Supermoto, head down to DWR in Aylesbury, just off the Tesco's roundabout, just by the Tesco's petrol station, and they'll sort you out. They'll get you out on a ride, but just bring your license along and all that stuff. I don't think you'll be disappointed in the thing. Wicked little fun little bike. Anyway, this is Deadbug Davey, enjoying this absolutely stunning weather, gorgeous scenery, gorgeous bike, and I'll catch you on the flip flop. I'll catch you on the next one. See you later.